Hello, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube station. And we're going to bring you a little baseball mogul. And as you can see, we had the standings up there for a bit so you guys could take a look at it. And the Red Sox are currently baseball mogul. The sound check worked. Bring that down a bit. As you can see, the Red Sox are in second place in our alternate universe retro replay using Baseball Mogul 2018. What's this? 2017, I think. Whatever. Anyway, it's a fun game. Baltimore's in first place, 27 and 15. The Red Sox have been on a hot streak. They're 24 and 17, 2.5 back, and we're playing the third place Detroit Tigers. We took game 1 against Detroit. In extra innings, Carl Yastrzemski hit a walk-off homer. So let's get to the game. And if you're new to Baseball Mogul, I've changed the ratings. I've gone with the 1 through 20 rating, 13 being average. They had this weird rating that went up to from 20 to 100, and I don't know why they just don't rate 1 through 10, 5 being average, but whatever. Anyway, fun game. More for the alternate universe, though I did get a nice message on one of my videos that you can play it sort of straight up, but if you want to play the 67 season, you actually have to play the 68 season, because basically, if you're new to this, you start your 67 season with your 60-16. Again, it's Baseball Mogul, you control everything. Alright, enough chit-chat. Now we'll go to, so this was the standings. And if you're curious about the National League, let's take a look at that. So again, Baltimore in first, Boston in second, Detroit's in third. We're playing the Detroit Tigers. Great matchup, Lonborg versus Lolich. In the National League, the Dodgers at 30 and 12 have a 4.5 game lead over the Cubs, followed by Philadelphia. St. Louis is way down here, 13 games back. Doesn't look like they will be repeating history. And the lowly Mets are in last. Okay, back to the American League. Let's go to our calendar. And we won 6-4. 2-run homer by Carl Yastrzemski in the bottom of the 10th. And now we're going to go here. Yes, we want to play play-by-play mode. And I've set up some screens, so bear with me if I pause a second as I'm looking at my second screen. I want to see the additional screens pop up so that you guys can see what I'm looking at. I'm trying to work a little better with OBS, and you can. Excellent. Alright, so we have Gentleman Jim Lonborg on the mound. And Lonborg is 6-1. He'll be facing Mickey Lolich, who is 8-1. Playing at Fenway Park. And we're going to have Lonborg pitch. Hit done. Now we're going to go to our lineup. Foy and Mike Andrews, Yastrzemski, Caligiero, Horton, Demeter. Well, I'm going to tweak that. I want Reggie Smith to play for Don Demeter. I'm going to swap him out. And Smith is going to lead off. So bring him up. Mike Andrews will bat second. Yastrzemski will bat third. Tony C. will bat fourth. He leads the Red Sox with 11 home runs. And Yaz leads the Red Sox with 32 RBIs. Joe Foy... I'm sorry, no. Where are the RBIs? Yeah, he does. Joe Foy will play third and bat fifth. Tony Horton, he's still batting .344. I try to get... Scott can play third also. But we're going to let Horton play. Petrocelli will play short, bat seventh. And Tillman, we're going to go with Russ Gibson. So Gibson will bat eighth. So we have Reggie Smith playing center field, leading off. Mike Andrews playing second, batting second. Carl Yastrzemski playing left, batting third. Tony Caligiero, the cleanup hitter, in right. Joe Foy batting fifth, the third baseman. Tony Horton batting sixth, the first baseman. Rico Petrocelli playing short. batting 7th, Russ Gibson doing the catching, batting 8th, and Gentleman Jim Lonborg on the hill, batting 9th. So now we click done. And that screen, oh boy, the cursor's all over the place. I'm gonna have to get rid of that. Well, it's all a test. Let's get rid of the cursor here. That is sub-screen. And get rid of the cursor. That will make that okay. I did not realize that. And let's go to the player capture screen and get rid of the cursor. And make that okay. And full screen, I think we'll keep the cursor, because I don't think it makes that yeah, we'll keep that on full screen. I've added multiple layers to the screens, and now it's kind of throwing me off. Fit the screen. Why is that not fitting to screen? Alrighty, well, let's just do this for a second. Let's go game full screen capture. There's that. We don't want that. Okay, cancel. Boy, is OBS fickle. Let's bring this up to the top. There we go. We'll fool around with the other screens after as we play. Alright, here we go. I had all those screens set up nice, and as soon as I changed the cursor setting, it messed them all up. Well, something you live and learn by. Let's fix this again. Down here. Alright, we're gonna fix this. This is not YouTube gold, I realize. I gotta fix this or it's not gonna be what I want it to be. So this is a test. Wonderful. I had everything set up perfect, and then I switched the cursors and it threw everything off. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you a card. And this is Bobby Mercer. And I will fix this. The Tigers acquired Bobby Mercer. Okay, so now let's go player info screen. And double click. There's. And we want to go to Bobby Mercer. Okay, so that's good. Okay. That should pop up for you guys, and now we can close that. That should take care of that screen. And now we want to go to... That stinks. You know, you can practice it, and without actually going online to see what actually happens, it worked perfect offline. Okay, so now we want to go to Lonborg, and that should bring up the sub screen. It does, and that's good now. And we should be all set to play ball. And we are, as everyone's left. That's fine. Alright, we're good to go now. So it's going to be Jim Lonborg. We're going to play player mode because I like to call the pitches. So Bobby Mercer steps to the plate. And here's his player card. Mercer is batting a lowly 163 with 1 ribby and no homers. He's playing shortstop. So their lineup is Mercer at short, Lumpy at second, Al Kaline in center field batting third, Willie Horton batting fourth playing left field, batting fifth in right field Jim Northrup, batting sixth doing the catching Bill Freehand, batting seventh playing third base Don Wirt, batting eighth playing first base Joe Staton, excuse me, and he's not very good, as you can see the red. And on the hill, Mickey Lolich. Lolich with a record of 8-1, earned run average 2.31. Again, our rating system 1 through 20, 13 being average. Alright, so Bobby Mercer to lead off. Mercer's only batting 152 against right-handed pitching. We're going to start him off with a sinker. Here's the pitch to Mercer. Swing and a miss. Can go right back to that sinker on that outside corner. Ground ball to second. Andrew should handle this. And he does. 1 away. So here comes Jerry Lumpy. He's batting 282 against right-handed pitching. Left-handed batter. And we're going to start him off with that sinker, down and away. Missed the strike zone. Fastball in. Lonborg delivers. Hits the inside corner. Good job by Gibson framing it. 1-1 count. Gibson calling for the curveball away. Lumpy doesn't chase. 2 balls, 1 strike on Jerry Lumpy. 1 out, no one on. Fastball outside corner. Gibson framed it but didn't get the call. 3-1. Sinker down the pike. And Lumpy fouls it off to the left side. Count goes full. Lonborg goes to his curveball, not his best pitch. And Lumpy swing and a miss. Strike 3. Lonborg extended the zone and Lumpy chased. So 2 outs, base is empty. Al Kaline steps to the plate. He's batting 304 off right-handed pitching. Overall, Kaline's batting 291 with 7 home runs. Dangerous hitter, Al Kaline. Gibson calls for the sinker down and away. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Lonborg rubs up the baseball. Gibson again wants the sinker down and away. Ooh, a little high on that one. He gets the call. Don't want to miss that location again. Kaline could crush it. Gibson wants the curveball in the dirt. Kaline doesn't chase. 1-2 count, 2 outs, top of the first, base is empty. Fastball high and away. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Side retired. Good job by Gentleman Jim. So Mickey Lolich is on the hill now for Detroit. He will face Reggie Smith, Mike Andrews, and Carl Yastrzemski. Smith batting 295 with 4 home runs. Switch hitter, batting right-handed. Solid contact hitter, above average power, very good speed, average eye, below average bunting ability. The traits are right here. Lolich, good endurance, average command of his pitches, good control, excellent power pitcher, and movements below average, as 13 is average. And I apologize for the delay in starting the game. The screens, if you're joining us or if you're watching later, fast forward early on. I had multiple screens set up and it messed up when I shut off the cursors. But live and learn. Alright, so we're going to sit fastball here because that is, well, the sinker is Lolich's best pitch. It's still going with that 85 rating. Why is that? Maybe I have to change that with the, or maybe that's how they do it for the pitchers. 80 being average. So his sinker's his best pitch. I thought that would change that, but maybe it doesn't because of the way they rate it. Alright, well, we're going to sit sinker then, and basically middle in. Here's the pitch from Lolich. Swing and a miss by Reggie Smith. We're not going to guess. Lolich, the windup and the pitch. Hits the lower portion of the strike zone, inside corner. Smith didn't like it. No balls, 2 strikes. Lolich deals. Smith swing and a miss. Sinker inside, so he went sinker, changeup, sinker. Strike 3, 1 away. Mike Andrews steps to the plate. Andrews on the year batting .333 with 3 home runs. He's looking sinker down and in. And he fouls it off to the right side. And he'll sit on that sinker. Lolich deals. Misses inside with the sinker. Lolich has pretty much gone 95% with that sinker so far. 1-1 count. And sinker down and in, we're looking. Lolich, the pitch, a swing and a miss. He went fastball towards the outside corner at 97 miles per hour. Andrews in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Andrews swings and fouls it off down the right field line. 1-2. Lolich picks up the sign. He rocks and fires. Swing and a miss. The sinker just dropped right below Andrews' belt. 2 up, 2 down via the K for the Red Sox. And here comes Carl Yastrzemski. He hit the walk-off home run in Game 1 of this series in the bottom of the 10th to give Boston the win. Yastrzemski's going to look sinker down and away. Lolich deals. And it was a curve down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, Yastrzemski sitting on that sinker down and away. And Yastrzemski takes that inside sinker and rips it foul down the right field line. 1-1 count. Lolich sets, deals, and whoa! Sinker just dipped right out of the zone. Swing and a miss by Carl Yastrzemski. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to swing and a miss! Lolich strikes out the side. Go to the top of the second, no score. Lonborg back on the mound, and he will face Horton, Northrup, and Freehand. Willie Horton batting .285 with 13 home runs. Tremendous power hitter. So it's a battle of sinker ball pitchers. Gibson calls for the sinker down and away. Horton doesn't chase. 1 ball, no strikes. Curveball in the dirt. Again, Gibson tries to frame the pitch, but it's outside. 2-0 count. Horton in the driver's seat. Calls for the slider on the outside corner. And he just missed. 3-0 count. Curveball down the pike. Strike 1. Horton taking all the way. I would guess Horton's sitting on fastball. We're going to come curveball again down the pike. Strike 2. 3-2 count. Lonborg battles back to a full count. And go to the curveball one more time into the breach. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Lonborg comes back with 3 consecutive curveballs and gets Willie Horton. 1 away. Bottom of the second. No one on. Jim Northrup steps to the plate. .247 with 2 home runs and batted .241 off right-handed pitching. Above average contact. and power. Average speed, below average eye, and not a good bunter. Gibson sets up on the outside, looking for the sinker down and away. And that's a shot to right, and that's going to get down. Calignera cuts it off before it rolls in the corner. A one-out single for Northrop, who has average speed at first. And here comes Bill Freehand for the Tigers. Tiger catcher batting .258, 4 home runs, .259 off right-handed pitching. Average contact, above average power, very slow. Below average eye, not a good bunter. 1 out, 1 on. Red Sox hoping to turn 2 here. As they'll play their defense straight away. Gibson wants the slider outside corner. Lonborg deals, strike 1. Gibson calls for the hook. Lonborg obliges. Strike 2. Oh, that was a hanging curveball. Freehand would like to have that one back. 0-2 count. Gibson wants this curve in the dirt. And Freehand rips that ball to right. Calignera makes the running catch. 2 down. Nice play by Tony C. in right field. So 2 outs. I'll bring up Don Wirt. Wirt's batting .200 with 5 home runs, .229 off right-handed pitching. Below average contact and power, not very fast. Above average eye and bunting ability. Northrop will be off on contact with 2 outs. Gibson sets. Here's the sinker down. Swing and a miss. That hung up a little bit. But Wirt was unable to make contact. No balls, 1 strike. Gibson wants the curveball in the dirt. Lonborg deals. Ground ball to Andrews. Oh, bad throw. Oh, the inning should be over. The inning should be over. But Mike Andrews boots the ball at second. Bad throw to Horton, who could not scoop it out of the dirt. So instead of bottom of the second, Red Sox coming to bat, it is 2 outs, 2 on. And the number 8 hitter, Joe Staton, steps to the plate. He's only batting a lowly 119, but these are extra pitches that Gentleman Jim has to throw now. Staton does have a homer on the year. Gibson wiggles the finger, sets the target. Looks like sinker down and away. Here's the pitch by Lonborg. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Lonborg gets the ball back. Again, they're going to go sinker down and away. Expanded the zone a little bit. Staton doesn't chase. Now Gibson sets up on the inside, looking for the fastball. Lonborg. Oh, they wanted that pitch on the inside high corner. They don't get it. 2-1 count. Gibson has a little word with the man in blue behind him. Gibson sets up outside once again. Lonborg deals the sinker. Swing and a miss. Dipped right below Joe Staton's bat. So 2-2 count. 2 on. 2 outs. Top of the second. Deuces are wild. They're going to go back to Lonborg's sinker here on the outside corner low. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Side retired. Lonborg pitches out of it after the Mike Andrews error. Bottom of the second, no score. Due up, Calignera, Foy, and Horton to face Mickey Lolich, who struck out the side. And we're going to do a little something different. We're going to sit fastball high and in for Calignera. Lolich deals, and he went fastball away, 97 miles per hour. Freehand motions to Lolich to settle down. Again, we're going to sit fastball, basically middle in. Here's the pitch to Tony C. And Calignero, it was a sinker, just dipped below his bat as he was trying to jack that out of the ballpark. 1-1 count. Again, we're sitting fastball. Here's the pitch from Lolich. And Calignero fouls that off. It was a sinker. We had location, but it was a sinker, so Calignero in the hole. 1-2. We'll sit sinker now. Will wind up being the pitch. Came with the curve inside. Calignero moves back off the plate. Hello, Beatles Eternally. I loaded the pictures. I loaded them individually. So I think you found that website also, but it doesn't work because someone had a website before, had all the pictures, and it doesn't work anymore. It's not the link. You must have shut it down. So yeah, I load all the pictures. So hope all is well, Beatles. The beginning of this video went way too long because I set up all the screens now, so like if you click on Tony Calignero, it comes up. But unfortunately, I had the cursor, and what happens is every time you move the cursor, it made like these little vapor trails. It was awful. So I went to adjust it, and it threw all the settings off. And I had to go back. There was no sense in shutting down because it's all a learning experience with me with OBS. I normally don't bring up all these screens, but I'm like, I just want to show people the game better, and so it's like freaking 10 minutes to try to fix everything. I have to say it was not YouTube gold, but I don't care. Anyway, alright, the count is 2 balls, 2 strikes on Calignero. We're going to sit sinker here. Middle of the plate, here's the pitch to Tony C. Oh, he hit the outside corner. Strike 3, what a pitch by Lolich. 4 up for the Red Sox, 4 down via the K. Beatles says, no, I haven't found these pictures. Well, I just go on Google and I type in the name, and you have to use the name in Baseball Reference. Like there's a little code, and that's how they identify what pitcher goes with what name. And there's actually a guide. If it says how to load pictures, you can bring that up if you type that in online. It's a little cumbersome, but I do like the pictures. It does add a lot to the game, for me at least. I hate the blank silhouettes. I wish there was a way, like, if you didn't want the pictures, which I always want the pictures, to get rid of the blank silhouettes. So Lolich has struck out the first 4 Red Sox batters. Here comes Joe Foy. Foy's batting .312 with 6 homers and .278 off left-handed pitching. Well, we're just going to sit sinker because that's what Lolich has been going to. Here's the pitch from Lolich. Sinker, swing, and a miss. As that dipped inside, we were looking outside. 0-1 count. Again, Foy will sit sinker. Swing and a miss. Fastball outside. Lolich, 8-1 on the season, has just been outstanding so far. Looking for his 5th consecutive strikeout. And we're not going to guess anymore. Here comes a pitch to Foy, down and away. Freehand tried to frame it. 1-2 count. Lolich kicks and fires. And hard hit ball. Oh, nice play by the first baseman, Stanton. Oh, a line shot, but it was right at Joe Stanton. So they finally made contact. And here comes Tony Horton. And Horton on the year, playing first base. In actuality, he would be traded to Cleveland for Gary Ding Dong Bell, the pitcher, early in the season. But again, we start off with the 1966 team. And I basically haven't made any moves except bringing players up and down. So Horton, .344 with 4 home runs, playing first. Let's just show you his card. He's knocked in 19 runs. He's walked 11 times, struck out 16. He has 1 stolen base. And he's batting .476 off left-handed pitching. So hopefully Horton can jack one out. And we're going to let him swing on his own volition. Above average contact as 13 is average. He's 16 contact, 14 power, so those are above average. Slow base runner. Not the best of eyes, as that's below 13, and not a good bunter. So you know what? We're actually going to sit sinker, middle in. Here's the pitch from Lolich. Change up on the outside corner, strike one. Horton will go on his own. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. A sinker just dipped below Tony Horton's bat. So, 2 outs, base is empty. Horton in the hole, 0-2. Lolich ready to rock and roll. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, way out in front of the changeup. Side retired Mickey Lolich. Wow, is he dealing? We go to the top of the third. No score in this pitcher's duel between Gentleman Jim Lonborg and Mickey Lolich. And at the plate is Lonborg's counterpart, Lolich. Lolich batting .250. He's a switch hitting pitcher. So that's pretty darn good. Russ Gibson wants that sinker on the outside corner. Low. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Lonborg delivers. Gibson wants a fastball high and tight. Lolich doesn't bite. 1-1 count. Again, sinker down and low on the outside corner. And good job framing it by Russ Gibson. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beatles Attorney says, I really wish I could use the photos from either Action PC. Oh, all the photos. Yeah, you can. Because they use this code. And you have to change the code. When you save the picture, it has to be that. There's a code in baseballreference.com at the top. And it's like the last 3 of the last name to start off with. And then the first 2 of the first name. So it's like 5 letters. And then either a 01 or a 02. No, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Mickey Lolich. Fastball in and high. Lolich again does not chase. 2-2 count. Gibson sets up down and low for the sinker on the outside corner. Swing and a miss. Lonborg did miss location, but it didn't cost him. Another strikeout for Gentleman Jim, and that's 5 Ks. It's been a K-fest here at Fenway between Lonborg and Lolich, and now the top of the order, Bobby Mercer for Detroit. Again, Detroit acquired Bobby Mercer. And Mercer's 0 for 1 today. Gibson wants the curveball down and away, outside corner. Oh! Mercer sat on that! And that is gone! Mercer crushed that. Ouch! 1-0 Tigers. And the way Lolich is pitching, that could be enough. And here comes Jerry Lumpy. As that ball went 450 feet dead center for the youngster Bobby Mercer, and he is a happy camper. Lonborg on the mound is not too thrilled. And here's Jerry Lumpy. He's 0 for 1. Struck out his first time up. Sinker down and away. Lonborg misses location. Gibson motions out to his pitcher. Gibson sets up on the inside corner. He wants it high and tight with the fastball. Here's the pitch to Lumpy. And he gets the strike. 1-1 count. Again, sinker down and away. And again, Lonborg misses location. 2-1. Now Gibson sets up. Outside corner. Wants the fastball. Here's the pitch to Lumpy. Lonborg misses once again. 3-1 count. Lumpy in the driver's seat. Going to the curve. Swing and a miss. Jerry Lumpy way out in front of it. Didn't sit back like Mercer. So it's a 3-2 count. Again, they're going to go with the curve. And they got him! Strike 3 froze him. Lumpy must have been sitting fastball. So they go back to the curve. And that's strikeout number 6 for Lonborg. 2 outs, base is empty. Al Kaline steps to the plate. Kaline's 0 for 1. He was a Lonborg strikeout victim in his first at-bat. Fastball, down and away. Here's the pitch. Gibson tried to frame it. Ball 1, though. 1 ball, no strikes. Gibson wants the slider away. That ball's ripped deep and foul. Whoa. Kaline straightens that one out. It's rolling on the Mass Pike and a home run. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gibson wants the curveball in the dirt. Swing and a miss as that curveball dipped low. Lonborg 1 strike away from strikeout number 7. 1-0 Tigers thanks to the Bobby Mercer home run here in the top of the 3rd for Detroit. Gibson sets up on the outside corner looking for the sinker, down and away. Here's the pitch from Gentleman Jim. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Side retired, but Detroit strikes first on the Mercer solo blast on the hanging curveball. So due up to face Mickey Lolich, Rico Petrocelli, then Gibson the catcher, and Gentleman Jim Lonborg. Petrocelli batting .274 with 3 home runs. Rico has 18 ribbies. He has struck out 34 times, even though he has an above-average eye. Below-average contact hitter, above-average power, average speed, above-average eye, a poor bunter. Again, 13 is average. I've changed this. I wish they just go 1 through 10. I don't understand why these games just 1 through 10, 1 through 10. 10 being good, 5 being average, anything below 5, below average. So we're going to sit sinker because that's what Lolich has been throwing. Here's the pitch for Mickey. And the sinker misses low right down the middle. 1 ball, no strikes. Petrocelli to take. There's a high strike. Oh, Petrocelli didn't like that call, as he thought that was not in the zone. That's a high strike there. 1-1 count. Freehand sets the target. Here's a pitch from Lolich. Swing and a miss. Sinker down and in. That sinker has been cooking for Lolich. Lolich has 5 Ks. 1-2 count. Petrocelli in the hole. Lolich deals. And he chases the curve out of the zone. Rico has struck out for the 35th time. 1 down. The Boo Birds come out here at Fenway. Here's Russ Gibson, the catcher, and he is god-awful against left-handed pitching. I should have looked at that. Batting below 100. He's batting .059. I got him mixed up with Tillman. On the season, he's the much better hitter. Obviously against right-handed pitching. He's batting .301 with no homers. Well, we're going to have to guess with him. We're going to sit on the sinker. And we're just going to stay inside kneecap. Here's the pitch from Lolich. And they did come inside. Ball 1. Again, we're just going to sit sinker inside kneecap. Lolich deals. And he hits the outside lower corner. 1-1 count. Sinker. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. There's a fastball down and in, so we were a little behind that. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You're on your own now, Russ Gibson. Actually, no, we're going to sit sinker down the pike. Lolich rocks and fires the curveball way out in front. Strike 3. Mickey Lolich now has 7 Ks. Beatles Attorney says, Al, you should download the free Baseball Mogul 18 single season version. The only restriction is you can't play multi-year dynasties. Everything else works. What's that off of their site? And that's a good piece of information for anyone who doesn't want to spend any money. You can go, once we confirm if it's on the site of Baseball Mogul, you can download a free demo. It's always nice of them. So here comes Jim Lonborg to face his counterpart, Mickey Lolich. Lolich on the hill, Lonborg at the plate. Lonborg batting .136. And you know what? We're going to sit fastball high. Here's the pitch. And it was a sinker on the inside corner, strike 1. I'm sensing Lonborg will be a strikeout victim. Misses with that sinker, Lolich does. Down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, we're going to sit fastball high. Lolich deals. Oh, it was a fastball high, but Lonborg not the best hitter, as you can see. Contact 6, and that's well below average. A swing and a miss. We were sitting on it, though. I wish that was Tony Calignero. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll sit fastball high again. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on the sinker. So it's a strikeout fest here at Fenway. Top of the 4th, 1-0 Detroit. And here Jim Lonborg goes back out on the hill where he's much more comfortable. Lonborg so far, 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, and that was the home run by Bobby Mercer. In the top of the 3rd, Lonborg has walked none, struck out 7. That 1 run, could it hold up all game? As Beatles attorney says, yes, if you go on the Baseball Mogul site, you can download the free demo. Good info there by moderator extraordinaire, magician extraordinaire, musician extraordinaire, and soon to be knighted by the Queen, Beatles, eternally. All right, Willie Horton steps to the plate. Horton 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Russ Gibson wants the curve in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Horton way out in front of the curve. Now he wants the slider down and away. Lonborg delivers. Just missed. Gibson tried to frame it. So it's a 1-1 count. Again, Gibson wants the curve down in the dirt. Lonborg sets in, deals. Oh! And that ball goes by the lunge of Tony Horton at first, and that is another hit. The 3rd hit of the day for the Tigers. As Horton sat on that curveball. Horton, not very fast. I'm sorry, actually Horton's holding... Tony Horton's holding on Willie Horton. That's pretty funny. So Willie Horton not fast at all, as his speed is 9. Again, 13 is average, so he's well below average. And that will bring up Jim Northrup. Red Sox want to turn 2 up the middle with Petrocelli, who's a 16, and Mike Andrews, who's a 14. Andrews has already committed an error. Northrup's 1 for 1 today off Gentleman Jim. Trying to induce a double play ball with the sinker down and away. Here's the pitch. And that catches the lower portion of the zone. Good job of framing by Gibson, bringing the ball up. And Beatles Eternally has posted the link in the chat. So thank you very much, Beatles. And that's to get the free demo of Baseball Mogul 18. Don't have to pay a thing. And that's very nice of a company to do that. So no balls, 1 strike. Horton at first. No outs. Again, they're going to look to induce the double play ball with the sinker down and away. Here's the pitch from Gentleman Jim. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, they want that sinker down and away. Gibson pounds the mitt, sets the target. Here's the pitch of Northrup. And he grounds it to Foy. And they get the force out at second, but can't turn 2. So Northrup's at first. Horton's erased on the force out. So there's 1 out, 1 on. Runner at first, and here is Bill Freehand, the catcher. He is 0 for 1. Double play ball gets the Red Sox out of the inning. Gibson's calling for the slider away, knee high. The windup in the pitch. Strike 1, but Gibson not happy with the location, as that was middle in. Can't miss with that, as Bill Freehand has above average power. 0-1 count. Gibson sets up on the outside corner, wants a sinker down and away. Ground ball to Foy. Can he make the play? No! Foy! Another error. A throwing error, just as Andrews had, and the inning stays alive. Lonborg should be out of this inning. That could have been a double play ball. But Foy didn't even go for 2. He chose to throw to first. And he throws the ball in the dirt. And Horton could not scoop it. And that'll bring up Don Wirt, the third baseman, excuse me. He's 0 for 1. Again, they're looking for that double play ball here. Errors will kill you. It's a 1-0 ball game. Can't give good teams second opportunities. The windup and the pitch from Lonborg. And he misses low down the pike with that sinker. Lonborg rubs up the baseball. Back up on the hill. Looking fastball away. And again he misses location. 2 balls, no strikes. Gibson calls for the sinker. He wants it lower portion of the strike zone. Here's the pitch to work. And he fouls that to the left side, excuse me. 2-1 count. Donworth digs in. Again, Gibson wants that sinker. More towards the lower outside corner this time. Lonborg, the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss! 2-2 count. 1 out, 2 on, 1-0 Tigers. Top of the 4th. Red Sox have committed 2 errors, though the Mike Andrews errors did not hurt, and we have yet to see if the Foy error will cost them a run. Again, Russ Gibson wants that sinker away and low. Ground ball back to Lonborg. Can they turn 2? Yes! 1-6-3, inning over. So Lonborg to Petrocelli on to Tony Horton. The error does not hurt. The Red Sox still trail by 1 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Top of the lineup for the Boston Red Sox. Reggie Smith, Mike Andrews, and Carl Yastrzemski. The Red Sox have not gotten a hit off Mickey Lolich. Again, Beatles Attorney in chat has put the direct link for a free version of Baseball Mogul 18, the demo. And I'll read this. He says, here's the description. This version limits any new game to 1 year to play. 1 baseball season plus 1 complete off season. Play any team from any season, but if you get hooked and want to build a multi-year dynasty, upgrade to Baseball Mogul 2018. Saved games are automatically imported. Excellent. ID Gestures joined us in the chat. He says, hello to Beatles and myself. As Beatles says hello to ID. Check out that wonderful channel. ID playing a lot of Warframe. Glad you could join us, ID. Alright, so Reggie Smith is 0 for 1, and he has been a strikeout victim of Mickey Lolich. Mickey Lolich has struck out every Red Sox except Joe Foy, who lined out to first. Lolich is throwing, dare I say, a no-hitter. He has struck out 8 in 3 innings, walked none. So we're going to sit sinker, as that's what Lolich has been going with. And we're going to lower portion of the strike zone. Here's the pitch. Threw a changeup there. And no balls, 1 strike. Again, we're sitting sinker. Lolich deals. Missed sinker down and away. 1-1 count. We're going to go fastball. High in the strike zone. Here's the pitch to Smith. Oh, he came fastball in. Smith took a big rip at it, but he missed trying to tie the ball game up and yank that ball over the monster. It's now 1-2. And now Smith is in the hole. Could he be strikeout victim number 9 for Mickey Lolich? I guess we're going to have to just let him go on his own volition, as he has an average eye at 13. The windup and the pitch to Smith. Swing and a miss. Sinker down and in. Lolich has now struck out 9. Holy cow. In the words of the late, great Phil Rizzuto, here comes Mike Andrews, who's also been a strikeout victim. I'm going to employ a little strategy here. Andrews is going to try to break up this no-hitter with a bunt hit. Here's the pitch. Andrews squares. He puts the bunt down. Will he beat it out? No! As Lolich, cat-like quickness, picks the ball up and throws to first for the out. So 2 outs, base is empty. Here comes Carl Yastrzemski. Yaz is 0 for 1, and guess what? He struck out. Yastrzemski's going to sit fastball. Upper portion of the strike zone. Lolich deals to Yaz. It's a curveball. Ground ball to first. Inning over. At least we made contact. We go to the top of the fifth. Lolich still throwing his no-hitter. 1-0. Tigers. They scored on a Bobby Mercer homer as Lonborg made one bad pitch, a hanging curveball, and Mercer made him pay. Could that one run hold up? I lowered the sound ID. I hope it's better. I put it at 35. And I don't think I can go... I can lower it more. Tools. Options. Oh god, this is going to mess up my freaking thing again. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it doesn't mess up all my screens. I'll go to 25. Anytime I try to go to a screen, I set up all the screens in OBS. This is why no one's ever going to watch this stream, because it's going to be 4 freaking hours. I spent all this time setting the screens, and then when I started it, as soon as the cursor messed up, I went in to switch the cursor. Oh no, that seems okay. Alright, it didn't throw off all the screens this time. So I lowered it even more. Yeah, I wish they didn't have a... But I like the game sounds. It's more the... sounds of the people in the stands. I don't like it on mute. It's just there's nothing there. So I don't like playing it on mute. You kind of have to hear the sounds to kind of know what's going on if you're trying to do this, my goofy little play-by-play. Alright, so here comes Joe Staten, who I always call Stanton. Joe Staten, he's 0 for 1. He was a strikeout victim his first time up for Lonborg. Lonborg, pitching great. 4 innings, only 3 hits. The homer to Mercer. And he struck out 7, walked none. Gibson wants that sinker down and away. Here's the pitch to Joe Staten. Swing and a miss. Again, Gibson wants the sinker down and away. Oh! Strike 2. But Lonborg, not good control there as that tailed to the inside portion of the plate. So no balls, 2 strike. Gibson wants the curveball in the dirt. Lonborg deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's Jim Lonborg's 8th strikeout. What a pitcher's duel. As ID Gesture says, it's not you, Al. It's the way the game program is. I agree. I wish they wouldn't do that. The same thing a little bit with Stratomatic. With the, you should be allowed to. I mean, they let you shut off certain things, but I haven't figured out a way to lower the volume of the fans. I mean, I can see when it's a home run. Yeah, everyone go nuts, but which they're pretty good about that. But, all right, so here comes Mickey Lolich. So Lonborg will face his counterpart Lolich. Lolich again, switch hitter. 0 for 1. He struck out the first time against Gentleman Jim. Gibson wants a fastball outside portion of the plate, knee high. Ball was a little up. Missed location. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Sinker down the pike. Here's the pitch to Lolich. Swing and a miss. That ball dipped right below Lolich's bat. Again, Lolich batting .241 on the season. That's pretty darn good for a pitcher. Again, Russ Gibson wants that sinker more towards the outside lower portion of the plate, though. Another swing and a miss, and Lonborg going a little sighty with that control, as those are going more middle in. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gibson wants a fastball away. Swing and a miss, strike 3, K number 9 for Jim Lonborg. And here comes Bobby Mercer, the man who hit the homer in the top of the 3rd to give the Tigers a 1-0 lead. Mercer was acquired by the Tigers out of the Yankees farm system. There's no card of Bobby Mercer as a Detroit Tiger because it never actually happens. Thus, he's in a Yankee uniform. All right, we're not going to throw him a hanging curveball this time. We're going to give him a steady diet of sinkers down and away. Gibson sets the target. Lonborg deals to Bobby Mercer. And he misses outside with that sinker, 82 miles per hour. Ball 1. Again, they're going to the sinker. Down and away. Mercer swings and misses just over the top. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lonborg rubs up the baseball. Gibson sets the target again. They're sticking with that sinker down and away. No hanging curveballs this time to Bobby. Oh, Gibson framed it. He wanted that call. He's saying something to the man in blue behind the plate. 2-1 count on Bobby Mercer. Now Gibson sets up on the inside. They're coming high and tight with the fastball. And Mercer doesn't chase. 3-1. Should we throw him a curveball? Al, control your inner idiot. Don't throw the curveball. Gibson wants the sinker. He wants it in the lower portion of the strike zone. The windup and the pitch from Lonborg. Oh, boy! Deep but foul. Woo! So the count goes full on Bobby Mercer, who was considered the heir apparent in the Yankee organization to Mickey Mantle. That's a tough thing to live up to. Mercer, an excellent ball player, though. So, count's full. Again, Gibson wants that sinker in the lower portion of the strike zone. Lonborg hopes to oblige. The windup and the pitch. Ground ball, foul down the third baseline. Count stays full. We hit the reset button. Gibson again, sinker down and in the strike zone. And that ball is foul, as this is a tremendous at-bat by Bobby Mercer. Jerry Balls joined us in the chat. He says, hello, Al. Hello, Beatles, ID Jester. Just wanted to say howdy. You guys have a great day and roll on, my friends. Well, thank you very much for stopping by. So, it's been a battle between Lonborg and Mercer here. Gibson sets up a little more towards the outside lower portion of the corner. And again, Lonborg kicks and fires. Swing! Oh, boy! Mercer ripped that one down the right field line, but foul. Pitch number 9 coming up in this at-bat. Bobby Mercer sloshing it out with Jim Lonborg. Count stays full. 2 outs, bases empty. Top of the 5th, 1-0. Detroit, thanks to Bobby Mercer's home run in the top of the 3rd. And now we're going curveball in the dirt. Oh, boy. Here comes the curve. Don't hang it, Jim. And ball 4. We couldn't get him to chase. So Mercer with above average speed at first being held on by Tony Horton. And here comes Jerry Lumpy. Lumpy, Tigers second baseman, 0 for 2. He has been a strikeout victim of Gentleman Jim twice. Lonborg with 9 Ks and now finally 1 walk. Gibson wants the sinker. Down and away. Here's the pitch. Hit foul to the left side. 0-1 count again. They want the sinker down and away. Lonborg deals. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Lonborg in the catbird seat, as they say. Mercer will be off on contact with 2 outs. Gibson sets up inside. He wants the fastball high and tight. Here comes the pitch to Lumpy. Lumpy doesn't bite. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Bobby Mercer steals the base. So Mercer's in scoring position now. That's one of the things that Baseball Mogul has to work on. You don't throw down. You don't do anything. It's just some sort of done in the background off the stats. So Mercer beats Gibson. Let's just look at Gibson's arm here for ha-has. Scouting. Gibson's arm, again, it's a 17. I don't know how accurate that is. I have some questions about some of these ratings. Russ Gibson was not one of your better defensive catchers, could hit a bit. They give him an arm of 17. But again, he's a rookie. They're going off what he did in the minors, basically. So maybe he was a much better defensive catcher. Though his range is bad, his fielding's not good. So, I mean, maybe he did have a strong arm. I don't know. I didn't see enough of, I've only seen some YouTube highlights of Russ Gibson. Alright, so Mercer's in scoring position. And he most likely will score with 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball away and high. Here's the pitch to Lumpy. Lumpy again doesn't chase. 2-2. Going back to the sinker. Down and away with the sinker. Lonborg deals. Ground ball to Andrews. Don't boot this ball, Mike. Inning over as he throws to Horton. He's already made an error, but he didn't there. Go to the bottom of the fifth. Still 1-0. Mickey Lolich is throwing a no-hitter through 5. Actually, a perfect game through 5 because he has walked none, struck out 9. Through 4, excuse me. And he'll deal with Tony Calignero, Joe Foy, and Tony Horton. Foy hit the ball the hardest. He lined out to the first baseman, Stanton. Here comes Tony Calignero, and we're going to sit fastball high here. Lolich deals to Tony C. And sinker just dips out of the strike zone, down and away, swing and miss from Calignero. Calignero, strikeout victim of Lolich. The only person who is not struck out is Joe Foy. Again, we're going to sit fastball high. Hopefully Lolich makes that mistake. Freehand sets the target. Here's the pitch to Tony Calignero. And another sinker dips down and in, swing and a miss. I can sit on sinker. I was doing that before, and I'm not hitting it, so. No balls, 2 strikes. You're on your own, Tony. See, here's the pitch for Mickey Lolich. And he comes sinker down and in again. And he throws a hard sinker. If you look at that, 91, 93, and 93. One ball, 2 strikes. Tony Calignero in the hole. Freehand. Wiggles the fingers. The windup and the pitch from Lolich. Swing and a miss as that sinker just dropped. You can see it just drop, and that's strikeout number 10. And here comes Joe Foy, the only Red Sox who's made decent contact. He lined out to the first baseman, Stanton. And we're going to sit sinker down and in. Maybe Foy can get under it and jack it over the green monster. Here's the pitch. And ball 1. Sinker just missed. Freehand tried to frame it. Again, we're going to sit sinker down and in. Here's the pitch. And Foy fouled that off. He reached for that sinker on the lower outside portion of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, we're sitting sinker down and in. Lolich deals. Curveball! Oh, Foy was way out in front. Big swing and a miss. Oh, my God. Lolich looking for his 11th K here. Oh, boy. Well, you know what? We're going to sit sinker. Here's the pitch to Foy. Sinker down and away. Count goes even, 2-2. Foy digs in. He awaits the Lolich offering. The pitch comes homeward bound. And, oh! Foy lines a shot, but foul down the left field line. Foy battling Lolich here. He doesn't want to be the 11th strikeout victim. Lolich kicks and fires. And strike 3! Change-up. Foy way out in front, and that's strikeout number 11. And now Mickey Lolich has struck out every Red Sox batter. So 2 outs, base is empty, and here comes Tony Horton, the first baseman. Horton 0 for 1. Guess what he did? Struck out. And if Horton can hopefully jack one out, he is hitting .455 against left-handed pitching this year. Now, obviously not against Mickey Lolich. So we're going to sit on that sinker, lower portion of the strike zone. Come on, Tony Horton. Lolich throwing a no-hitter. Here comes the pitch, homeward bound. And he goes with the curve, and why are you chasing that, Tony? Oh, my Lord. We're sitting sinker. Why are you chasing curve? Strike 1. You know what? Let's go fast. Come on, Lolich. Make a mistake. Fastball high and in. Here's the pitch. Goes fastball away. We guessed correct, just bad location. So Lolich out of the strike zone on both of those. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm sensing sinker in the lower portion of the strike zone. Here's the pitch to Tony Horton. Oh, we just missed it. Oh, man, we were right there, too. As he has not hit the strike zone, he is dealing. But there's the sinker right there. Pitch number 3. We were sitting lower portion inside strike zone. We just missed it. Horton's in the hole, hoping not to become the 12th strikeout victim of Mickey Lolich. I guess we have to... He came curved. You know what? Let's sit curve. Here's the pitch. And he threw a fastball. Strike 3. Side retired. Lolich is dealing. He's got a perfect game going through 5. Go to the top of the 6th. 1-0. Tigers. Gentleman Jim Lonborg made one huge mistake. Hanging curveball to Bobby Mercer back in the top of the 3rd. And that's all you're scoring in this ball game so far. Sip of coffee. We have ID Gesture and Beatles Eternally in the chat. Though I think that one of them is left now. Jerry Ball was with us earlier. And here's Al K-Line. K-Line's 0 for 2. Lonborg's got him via the K twice. Gentleman Jim, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 9 Ks, 1 strikeout. Gibson wants the slider down and away. Here's the pitch to Al K-Line. And he just misses low. Lonborg wanted to know where that pitch was. 1 ball, no strikes. Gibson sets up outside corner sinker. Strike 1. Wow. Lonborg missed totally with the location. You don't want to do that with Al K-Line. He got lucky there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball in the dirt, Gibson wants. He gets it. K-Line doesn't chase. 2-1. K-Line against right-handed pitching, 299. Gibson wants the sinker lower portion of the strike zone. Lonborg kicks and fires. And he hits the inside. Oh, they called that a ball. And now Russ Gibson's a little incensed behind the plate. That's pitch number 4. Could have went for a strike there. It looked like a strike. 3-1 count. Good hitters count for K-Line. Again, Gibson wants that sinker. Lonborg deals. Line shot to right. Calignera going back, reaches up and makes the catch. Nice play by Tony seeing right. 1 down. Now bring up Willie Horton. Tiger left fielder. He's 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Here's the pitch to Horton. Swing and a miss. Lonborg was able to hit that outside lower corner with the sinker. Good command there by Gentleman Jim. He's got 9 strikeouts. 1 out, no one on, 1-0 Tigers, top of the 6th. Gibson sets the target. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Again, the sinker just dips under Willie Horton's bat. No balls, 2 strikes. Gibson wants the fastball away, high, and out of the zone. Swing and a miss, strike 3. It was high, but tailed more towards the inside of the plate, but Lonborg gets away with it. Strikeout number 10 for Gentleman Jim. So 2 outs, base is empty, and here comes Jim Northrup. Northrup 1 for 2. He has 1 of the 3 hits off of Lonborg. Mercer the homer. Then you have Horton and Northrup with singles. Gibson sets up outside portion of the plate, looking for that sinker. Oh, ball 1. Again, he is not getting that lower corner from the man in blue behind the plate. 1-0 count. Gibson sets up inside. Wants a fastball high and tight. Ball 2. Northrup does not chase. Gibson sets up inside. He wants the slider down and in. The windup and the pitch. Too far inside, 3-0 count. Gibson sets the target. He wants that sinker in the lower portion of the strike zone. Here's the pitch to Jim Northrup. Will he be swinging away? 3-0. He does not. Ball 4. Ball 4. Lonborg, 91 pitches. His endurance is 12, so that's a little below average because 13 is average. And here comes Bill Freehan. And that's only the second walk from Gentleman Jim. So 2 outs, runner at first. He'll be off on contact. Northrup average speed. Horton holding him on. Freehan 0 for 2 today, though he has not been a strikeout victim of Gentleman Jim. Curveball in the dirt. Here's the pitch. And he misses the zone. Red Sox get some bullpen action up. It's a shame Lonborg's pitching a gem. 1 ball, no strikes. Gibson sets the target. Here's the pitch to Freehan. That's a line shot to right. Calignano can't get to that one. As Northrup was off on contact with 2 outs, goes first to third. So runners on the corners, 2 outs. Another run would just basically put the last nail in the coffin here. And let's go to the chat real quick. ID Gesture says, hey, Beatles, how about them Pirates so far? Could be a good season after all. Yeah, they've been playing really well. Beatles says, I'm pleasantly shocked at the Bucks. Maybe I just have to keep saying they suck so they keep playing well. If that's what's working, you do it. Losing the series to the Phillies was no fun. ID Gestures, they play the Cards now. Should be interesting series to see what happens. As Beatles says, I predict the Red Sox and Cards in the World Series. All right. So, runners on the corners, 2 outs, and here comes Don Wirt. Weak hitting third baseman. He's 0 for 2. We need to get this out here. Need to go back to our bread and butter sinker. Here's the pitch to Wirt. Hopefully we make him hurt. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Lonborg gets the ball back, wants to stay in that rhythm. He deals quickly. Another swing and a miss. 2 consecutive sinkers. As you can see, Lonborg's sinker is not as hard as Lolich. His sinkers come in the lower 80s. Lolich is throwing a sinker. It's like a two-seam, I think, is it the two-seam fastball that sinks away? So 0-2 count. Again, they're going to the sinker. Here's the pitch from Lonborg to Don Wirt. And he lost a little control there. Missed badly inside. Asks for a new baseball. The man in blue obliges, gives it to Gibson, who lobs it out to the mound to Lonborg. 1-2 count, Wirt in the hole. Fastball away, outside corner. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Lonborg pitches out of the jam. It's still 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Lolich still throwing a perfect game, folks. Lolich has thrown 5 innings, no hits, no walks. He has struck out 12. And he will deal with Rico Petrocelli, who loves to strike out, Russ Gibson, and Gentleman Jim Lonborg. And Lolich has only thrown 56 pitches. So we're going to sit sinker in the lower portion of the strike zone. Here's the pitch to Petrocelli. And Petrocelli, to his credit, does not chase. Ball 1. Again, we're just going to sit sinker lower portion of the strike zone. Pitch homeward bound. Strike 1. Fastball. Oh, wow. Rico really wants that one back as he was looking to yank that out of Fenway. 1-1 count. Again, we're going to look sinker. Here's the pitch. And Petrocelli fouls it off to the right side. He's in the hole, 1-2. Could he become unlucky 13, the 13th strikeout victim of Mickey Lolich? We shall see. Lolich kicks and fires. Strike 3! Change up, down and in. Petrocelli way out in front of that pitch. And he is strikeout victim number 13. The perfect game continues for Mickey Lolich. And Russ Gibson comes to the plate. Gibson batting .056 against left-handed pitching. 0 for 1 with a K. And we're hoping that Lolich makes a mistake here. We're looking fastball high. Here comes the pitch. And it was sinker away. Strike 1. Well, you go on your own volition now, Russ Gibson. Your guesses will be better than mine, that's for sure. Freehand sets the target. Here's the pitch to Russ Gibson. And Gibson's lines are shot down the right field line! Oh, foul! Oh, if he just straightened it out a bit, he would have had his first home run. It would have been a tie ball game. Instead, he's in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. Oh, Lolich breathes a sigh of relief. Perfect game still intact. He picks up the sign from Freehand, the windup, and the pitch to Russ Gibson. And he misses outside with the sinker. 1-2 count. Lolich nods his head. Kicks and deals. Oh, he didn't get that call. Freehand tried to frame it. It now goes 2 balls, 2 strikes. Could Gibson get the first hit here? Off Mickey Lolich. Lolich so far 5 1/3 innings. No walks, no runs, no hits. He has K'd 13 Red Sox batters. He sets and deals to Russ Gibson. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Strikeout number 14. Tigers throw the ball around the infield. Here comes gentleman Jim Lonborg. I'm not going to go to a pinch hitter. I'm going to try to get one more inning out of Lonborg. He's pitching quite a gem also. You know what? Maybe let's just sit fastball high. Here's the pitch from Lolich. And fastball away. Ball 1. Let's hit sinker middle high. Oh! Balls hit to the shortstop. Nice play. Inning over. Oh, as Lonborg makes a bid to break up the no-hitter. A hard-hit ball going towards the middle of the second base bag. Nicely scooped up by Bobby Mercer. Smooth throw to first. Inning over. Oh, I thought we broke up the no-hitter. And it would have been gentleman Jim Lonborg who did it. We go to the top of the 7th. No-hitter, perfect game still intact for the Detroit Tigers and Mickey Lolich. Jim Lonborg back out on the hill. He will face Stanton, Lolich in the top of the order. Bobby Mercer. So Mercer has homered to give the Tigers a 1-0 lead back in the 3rd. And now just saved the day with the no-hitter perfect game on the hard-hit ground ball headed towards center field by Jim Lonborg. Nice play by the shortstop. All right, Joe Stanton, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Here's the pitch from Lonborg. Outside with that sinker. He could be tiring a little bit. Lonborg so far 6 innings, 4 hits, only 1 earned run. The home run by Bobby Mercer. He struck out 11, walked 2. Fastball outside corner, knee high. Again he misses. Red Sox have bullpen action out. 0-2 count. Sinker down the pike. And that's a pop-up. He got under it. Horton on the outfield grass makes the catch, hopefully. Yes, he does. You never know with baseball mogul. All of a sudden, an error pops up. So he pops out to Tony Horton at first. 1 down. Here's Mickey Lolich. Lolich pitching a gem, to say the least. At the plate, though, he is 0 for 2 and struck out twice. Fastball, outside corner, knee high. Swing and a miss. Lonborg gets the ball back. Again, fastball, knee high, outside corner. Just missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sinker down the pike for Lolich. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Will Mickey Lolich be Jim Lonborg's 12th strikeout victim? Not much contact in this game. Gibson sets up inside, looking for the fastball. At the elbows, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's strikeout number 12 for Gentleman Jim. We go to the top of the order, and here comes Gentleman Jim Lonborg's nemesis, Bobby Mercer. Mercer 1 for 2. He has that home run. Hanging curveball, the one really bad pitch Lonborg threw. Remember, Lonborg is 6-1, Lolich is 8-1. Quite a pitcher's duel here at Fenway. Fastball, outside corner, knee high. Uh-oh, Mercer drives that ball left center field on the run, making the catch. is Carl Yastrzemski, inning over. Nice running catch by Yaz. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 1-0 Tigers. Lolich with the perfect game, 14 strikeouts in 6 innings, no walks. He'll face the top of the order, Reggie Smith, Mike Andrews, and Captain Carl Yastrzemski. He has struck out these 3 batters 4 times. Reggie Smith, hoping for a fastball mistake here. Freehand sets the target. Lolich sets and delivers. And no mistake by Mickey Lolich, as he has total command of that sinker. What a wonderful pitch as it dips to the lower portion just outside the strike zone. Big swing and a miss by Reggie Smith. He'll go on his own volition now. Here comes the pitch homeward bound to Smith. Swing and a miss. Sinker. Tails away. Knee high. Smith couldn't get to it. 0-2 count. Lolich looking for his 15th strikeout. Freehand pounds the mitt. Lolich kicks and deals. Curveball! Swing and a miss! Strike 3! Smith goes down via the K. Strikeout number 15 for Mickey Lolich. It's been an unbelievable game at the old ball game. As ID Gesture reminds me, it's the 7th inning stretch. Remember to check out ID Gesture's wonderful channel. A lot of Warframe, as well as he's got a lot of retro sports and other strategy games. But he's mostly into Warframe now, and it's a lot of fun to watch. So here comes Mike Andrews. Andrews 0 for 2. Guess what? He struck out once. We're going to play Don't Guess. Come on, Mike. Break up this no-hitter. Lolich rocks and fires to Andrews. Curveball, strike 1. That was beautifully framed by Freehand. Andrews didn't like the call. Red Sox bench feels that Lolich has been getting the borderline strike. Andrews awaits the Lolich delivery. Homeward bound it comes. Freehand framed that one, but to no avail. 1-1 count. Now Mike Andrews is going to guess. We're looking fastball in. Come on, jack it out of the park. Here comes a pitch. Oh, sinker down and in. Andrews swings over it. Oh, man. Count goes 1-2 now. Lolich looking for his 16th strikeout victim. Andrews will go on his own volition, as I've been horrible, trying to guess for the locations. And even when I have guessed right, Lolich stuff has been outstanding. Lolich takes a deep breath. Now he deals. Line shot, base hit to right. Mike Andrews breaks up the perfect game with 1 out. In the top of the 7th, the Red Sox finally come through. The tying runs at first, and here comes Captain Carl Yastrzemski. Though he's not Captain Carl then, I don't think. Wow! So the perfect game is broken up by Mike Andrews. Andrews, above average speed at first. He represents a tying run. And Yastrzemski, if he could go yard, would give the Red Sox a miraculous 2-1 lead. Freehand goes out to have a word with Mickey Lolich now, saying, "Hey, we still have a game to win." And let's see if Lolich will make a mistake here. And we're gonna look for Yastrzemski's power here. We're gonna look middle in with a fastball. Here's the pitch from Lolich. Oh, he goes sinker down and away, and Yaz just try to reach for that. Strike 1. Yaz will go on his own volition now. Andrews takes a lead on first. Here's the pitch to Yastrzemski. Swing and a miss. Sinker down and in. So Lolich regroups and has tremendous command once again. Oh, yeah, you're right, ID Gesture. I was caught up in it. I gave the take me out of the ball game too early. You're right. So, we'll do it when it's properly done. Oh, it is. It's the bottom of the 7th now. You're confusing me, ID. All right. Here we go. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Andrews at first. He broke up the no-hitter with a single to right. Yastrzemski awaits the Lolich offering. Here it comes, homeward bound. Inside, Yaz does not chase. 1-2 count on Yastrzemski. Andrews takes a lead from first. Lolich takes a peek. Freehand sets the target. Lolich kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, strike 3, fastball. Outside portion of the plate. Yastrzemski becomes Lolich's 16th strikeout victim. And here comes Tony Caligiero. He has gone down twice via the K. Caligiero leads the Red Sox in homers. Tony C. has 11 home runs on the year, batting .287. We're going to go guess sinker. Middle in. Here's the pitch to Tony Caligiero. And it was a sinker away. Swing and a miss by Caligiero. So he'll be going on his own volition. Tremendous power hitter. 18 out of 20. Contact, 15 out of 20. Again, those are all above average. His eye, not so good. A little below average there. You know what? We're looking fastball high. Come on, make a mistake, Mickey. Free hand. Wiggles the fingers. Here's the pitch to Caligiero. Foul! Sinker in. Caligiero again tries to jack it out of the stadium. Oh, boy. Lolich looking for his 17th strikeout victim, which would end the inning here. 2 outs. Andrews at first. He'll be off on contact. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. He gets Caligiero once again with a sinker down and in out of the zone. Unbelievable. We go to the top of the 8th. 1-0. Detroit, and what you would call a tremendous pitcher's duel, to say the least. Canigliero. That's what I thought I was saying. Cug. Oh, I'm probably by accident doing the G, aren't I? Canigliero. I probably do that. I do that every once in a while. Thank you, Aaron. How are you, my friend? So here comes Jerry Lumpy. Lumpy's 0 for 3. He has been a Lonborg strikeout victim twice. Gentleman Jim has 12 Ks in 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. The home run by Bobby Mercer in the top of the 3rd. Gibson wants that sinker down and away. Here's the pitch to Lumpy. And Lumpy drives that ball deep but foul, thankfully, down the left field line. As you can see, Lonborg's control, he's missing with location. We wanted it down and away, and that's pretty much middle of the strike zone, a little outside. Gibson wants the curveball in the dirt to Lumpy now. Way outside, 1 ball, no strikes. 1-1 count. Fastball in. Lumpy doesn't bite, 2-1. Gibson wants to go back to the bread and butter, the sinker. Lower portion of the strike zone. The windup and the pitch from Lonborg. And again he misses. Gibson calls time. Wants to go out and have a word with his pitcher. They don't want the leadoff runner on here. 3-1 count. Good hitters count for Lumpy. Lonborg takes a breath. 1-0 Tigers. Top of the 8th. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count goes full. And Lonborg is tiring. This will be his last batter. Deep breath by Gentleman Jim. He's ready to work. Here comes the pitch. And he just misses the zone. Gibson tried to frame it. Lonborg tired. And Al Kaline at the plate. Kaline 0 for 3 off Gentleman Jim with 2 strikeouts, but I think it's time to go to the bullpen, as it's been a very stressful game with just the intensity. Lonborg has thrown 111 pitches through 7. He's only given up 4 hits, 1 earned run, the homer to Mercer. He struck out 12, walked 3, and he is tired. He says he's tired. course, the thing's going to mess up now, right? Right. Let's try that again. There we go. Sparky Lyle's tired. I used him yesterday. I could go to Don Mahone. McMahon, or whatever the hell how you say his name. I think it's McMahon. John Wyatt has not been good. $297. I don't have another lefty. Well, we're going to go with our closer. Try to keep a one-run deficit here, so Don McMahon will come in for Gentleman Jim Lonborg, whose day is done. He is responsible for the runner at first. So Lonborg, 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 12 strikeouts, 3 walks. And here comes McMahon. So far, 18 innings pitched. He has 5 wins, 1 loss, 3 saves. He struck out 12. His earned run average is 5, though. That's a little concerning. He wasn't good early in the year, so that's misleading also. He's been much better. As the Red Sox have been a lot better in May than April. So here comes Don McMahon to face Al Kaline. Lumpy's at first, above average speed. He's got his 15. Again, 13 being the average. Again, I wish these games would just go 1 through 10. I don't know why they, or any rating system. It's hilarious. The scouting system in the major leagues does 20 through 80. Why? 1 through 10. Or just, he's good. He does this good. He doesn't do that good. It's very simple. This idiocy. 1 through 10 should be the rating system for everything. The idiocy. And they go, well, you don't really capture it. No, 1 through 10. 10 good, 5 average, below 5 is below average. Not very hard to figure out. Not that any of it's hard to, it's just stupid. At least 1 through 100 you get. You know, again, that's 1 through 10 basically. Here's Kaline, and he's happy to see Lonborg go, as he was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, though he probably would like to take a little revenge on a tiring Gentleman Jim. Lumpy at first, no outs, 1-0 Tigers, top of the 8th. Hopefully Don McMahon can induce a double play ball. He only throws a fastball and a slider, and his fastball being his better pitch. I don't know why the pitching ratings didn't go 1 through 20. I guess the pitching you can't change it, so 80 is average. We're going to look for a slider down and away. That's where Gibson wants it. McMahon. Again, we want that slider down and away. McMahon deals to Kaline. Ooh, that was a little higher than we wanted. We don't want to throw that again, or that would be the Sam Malone slider of death. Why did they call it the slider of death? Sam Malone was asked in Cheers. He goes, you don't want to know. Never mind, because he would give up home runs. So no balls, 2 strikes. Want the slider in the dirt. Lumpy at first. Here's the pitch. Oh! Gibson tried to frame it. We didn't get the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball high and out of the zone. Outside portion, hopefully. Swing and a miss! He got Kaline to chase as he expanded the strike zone. 1 away, 1 on, and here's Willie Horton. Horton did have a hit off Lonborg, though he did strike out twice. McMahon wants to induce a double play ball. Looking at slider down and away once again to Willie Horton. Horton doesn't bite. And Horton has a below average eye there of a 12. But he didn't bite on that one. Here comes a slider knee high outside corner. Ground ball back to McMahon. Could this be 2? Yes. No. No. They only get the force out at second. The relay throw does not beat Horton. So there's 2 outs now. And Jim Northrup steps to the plate. Northrup, the right fielder for the Tigers, is 1 for 2 with a walk. ID Gesture says it should be 34 to 77, with each player receiving a rating for speed, power, size, and effectiveness. This will be added together for your 34 through 77 rating. I like 1 through 10. I'm a simple person. I don't see why there's all these different ratings. I mean, God bless them. It's pretty basic. You watch a ball player in any sport, and you know what they do well and what they don't do well. That's why the whole sabermetrics things makes me laugh sometimes. Yeah, you need stats, but again, I just go back to when the Red Sox signed over-the-hill Mike Cameron. They moved Jacoby Ellsbury, who at the time was a top-notch center fielder, going out to catch the ball. I'm not saying his arm. And they moved Ellsbury to left and played Cameron in center. I had watched Cameron play for the Mets when I used to get MLB package every year, and I watched a ton of baseball. And I'm like, they're nuts. He can't play center field anymore. And I was right. But because they had some bullshit sabermetrics fielding rating thingamajiggy, that's nice. He's not the guy from 4 years ago. Watch the freaking games. That's what makes me laugh. You have to have stats, but you also have to have the eye test. And a lot of these guys get infatuated with stats. Eye test, people. Eye test. And I was not wrong. Mike Cameron could no longer play center field when he was with the Red Sox. He wasn't horrible. I mean, you hit the ball and you would catch it if it was at him. But you don't move Jacoby Ellsbury at the time to left field. It was asinine. But again, people fall in love with whatever, I had never even heard of that fielding rating stat. Like range. It was some sort of, how do you figure a rating on that? You either know the guy can get to the ball or he can't get to the ball anymore. And if you watched him play for the Mets, you knew he couldn't get to those balls anymore. That's why the Mets didn't re-sign him. Anyhow, all right, 2 outs, runner at first, 1-0 ball game, top of the 8th. Jim Northrup at the plate will face Don McMahon. Fastball outside corner low from McMahon. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. Again, good job there by Gibson framing it. No balls, 1 strike. Fastball high and tight. McMahon deals to Northrup. Swing and a miss. 0-2 count. McMahon in the catbird seat here. Fortunately, he only has 2 pitches. It's not like we can throw a curveball in the dirt. Horton will be off on contact. That's Willie Horton. Tony Horton holding him on at first. Again, Gibson sets up inside. He wants that fastball a little more in, a little more high. McMahon hopes to oblige. Here comes the pitch. He obliges, but Northrup does not chase. 1-2 count. Fastball down and away now. Ground ball to Foy. Can he make the play? Please make the play. And he does. Inning over. Foy had made an error earlier in the game. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 1-0 Tigers. Mickey Lolich, 7 innings so far. 1 hit, as the perfect game was broken up by Mike Andrews in the bottom of the 7th with 1 out. He has struck out 17, Lolich has walked none. Joe Foy's hit him hard a couple of times, but nothing to show for it but pain and agony. Foy 0 for 2 with a K. And we're going to let Foy swing on his own. Here's the pitch from Lolich. Sinker for the strike. And that, you know what? That was a... Oh boy, if we were sitting on that, that's a kill me pitch. So maybe Lolich might be tiring just a bit, though he doesn't show no indication of it. No balls, 1 strike. Lolich once again ready to deal to Foy. Inside with the fastball, trying to move Foy off the plate a little bit. 1-1 count. We're going to sit sinker. Come on, right here, baby. Jack 1 out, Foy. Foy is going to sit on sinker outside knee high. Freehand sets the target. Lolich deals. Sinker in. Swing and a miss. 1-2 count. Foy does not want to be the 18th strikeout victim. Lolich is ready. He kicks and fires. He went with the curve. He's done that. He's gone to the curve on a 1-2 count a couple of times, I've noticed. So the count goes full. Foy digs in. Here comes the pitch, homeward bound. Ground ball to first. Out number 1. So Foy has made contact, one of the few Red Sox players who have. Obviously Andrews with the only hit, but nothing to show for it. And here comes Tony Horton. One swing of the bat by Tony could tie this ball game up. We're sitting fastball high. Here comes the pitch. And curveball inside, and Horton was way out in front of that. Big swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike. Lolich nods his head. Pitch comes homeward bound. Outside with the changeup. Horton doesn't bite. 1 ball, 1 strike. Horton's looking for something he can drive. Red Sox trail by 1. Freehand sets the target. Lolich sets and deals. And Horton fouls it off to the right. He's in the hole now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lolich looking for his 18th strikeout victim. He deals quickly to Horton. And curveball. Horton held. He did not chase. Count goes 2-2. Asks for time. Steps back in the box. He awaits the Mickey Lolich offering. Here it comes. And he does not pull the trigger on the sinker. And Horton just points towards the plate, wondering where it was, but it was in the strike zone. 2 down, and here comes Rico Petrocelli. And Petrocelli has struck out twice in 2 at-bats against Mickey Lolich. Yeah, let's see who we have on the bench. Dalton, but he's a lefty. But I think he hits lefties okay. We have 2 outs, right? Yep. Let's just take a look at Dalton. Hopefully the player card pops up on the screen, because I have set up in OBS, I set up other windows, and I want these things to pop up so everyone can see. I used to subscribe to the MLB package, but because you can get so many games with I have like every cable station, and there's so many games on. I have the MLB network, but yeah, I used to watch a ton of baseball. That's why the whole sabermetric thing, it's nice. It's nice. It's not wholly accurate. I mean, I see it all the time. You know, they're saying this guy when I was watching a ton of baseball. Now I wouldn't, unless it's a Red Sox player, I really don't question. I just go, okay, because I don't watch. Let's see the splits here. Yeah, see, Horton is batting .500, though. He's 4 for 8. I said Horton, Jones. And he did have Jones was a decent ball player. He had a good early career when he came up with the Red Sox. Really, he had a 67. It was pretty good. I think we're going to go lefty-lefty matchup. Got to try something. And the screens are popping up, so I'm happy about that. In the beginning of this video, which no one's going to watch as we're going to be on 2 freaking hours almost, the first 20 minutes is me trying to get the screens right, because I had them all right, and then I had to adjust it, and it threw everything off, and OBS drives me nuts sometimes. There's no need. I went in to click off the cursor because it made like vapor trails, and it threw all my screens off. Alright, I think Tony Horton will come in to pinch hit. So all we do is we click on Petrocelli, and I said Tony Horton. Dalton Jones, excuse me, will come in to pinch hit for Rico Petrocelli, who is 0 for 2 with 2 Ks off Lolich, and then he just hit swap. This actually isn't a bad game. I've gotten used to it. I enjoy playing it. I play it every now and then. It'll take me forever to finish this season because I play my other games too. Alright, so here comes Dalton Jones. Can Dalton Jones drive one out of the park? Below average contact, below average power, average speed, below average eye. But he's having a pretty darn good year, so we're rolling the dice here, as they say. And we're hoping that Lolich makes a mistake. Here's the pitch to Dalton Jones. Ball 1. Good eye. Again, Jones, I'm not guessing. He's going on his own stats here, hopefully. Gets a hit, keeps the inning alive. And if he does, we'll have a pinch hitter for Russ Gibson. Lolich picks up the sign. Freehand sets the target. Pitch coming homeward bound to Jones. Jones rips that ball to the gap! And it gets down! 50% chance for a double. No. We will hold him at first, so Dalton Jones continues his hot hitting against left-handed pitching. Did that screen pop up? Let me see. I'm checking. Yes, it does. Awesome. So 50% chance we're going to hold him. We're not going to send him. So Dalton Jones gets a second hit off Mickey Lolich. And here's Russ Gibson, and he's not hitting, as Gibson's only batting 0.053. And who are we going to go with here? I think we're going to go to the boomer, George Scott, because he has power. And maybe he gets a hold of one, and we sneak out of here with a 2-1 win if we get 3 outs in the ninth. But I'm counting my chickens way before they hatch, so let's check out what George the Boomer Scott has done so far this year. And against lefties, see, I made a mistake. I should have looked at the splits when I made my lineup, but that's okay. That's my faux pas. And Horton was killing lefties anyway too, but so I could have played Scott at third. But Foy's hit the ball, so I mean. Alright, so as you can see, Scott's batting .438 off lefties with 2 homers and 7 ribbies. This is a no-brainer. He will pinch hit for Russ Gibson. I love the look of the game too, especially when I add the pitchers. A lot of nice information here. So again, we have Scott. We click on Russ Gibson. If we wanted a pinch runner, you'd obviously click on Dalton Jones and somebody else. We'll swap. So George the Boomer Scott steps to the plate to pinch hit. And he has wrecked left-handed pitching for a .438 average, as we saw, 2 home runs and 7 ribbies. And he's going to go on his own volition. Tying run at first. Scott represents the go-ahead run at the plate. Here's the pitch from Mickey Lolich. And he just gets that inside corner with the 92-mile-per-hour fastball. Scott didn't like that. It was waist high. No balls, 1 strike. We're going to guess fastball. Come on, fastball in, fastball in. Here's the pitch to the boomer. Curveball away, and Scott was way out in front of that. Now he's in the hole, and he could be the 19th strikeout victim. Jones will be off on contact. Lolich sets and deals to the boomer, George Scott. And it looks like they pitched out there. Jones doesn't go, though. Why would I send him? That's asinine. 1-2 count. Again, Lolich looking for strikeout number 19. Here comes the pitch to the boomer. Curveball away. The boomer doesn't chase. 2-2 count. So Scott's battled back to an even count here. Hoping for something he can drive. Lolich takes a peek to first. Picks up the sign from Freehand. The pitch homeward bound to the boomer. And he goes down looking, as Scott cannot pull the trigger on the sinker. We go to the top of the 9th. 1-0 Detroit. And now we have to make some defensive changes here. As Scott, we don't want Scott, obviously, to catch. Jones will stay into play short, though he's a below-average shortstop. But Scott is not going to catch, obviously. That's the one full paw of this game. Well, you can play anyone anywhere. Obviously, his rating is god-awful. I could let George Scott catch for ha-ha's sake. And he'll hit the ball. He'll just be a god-awful catcher. So we'll go to Tillman here. So now we have Scott here, and then we click on Tillman, our other catcher, and just click swap. And like that, it's done. Alright, so Don McMahon back on the mound, looking to keep it a 1-run deficit here. He'll face Freehand, Wirt, and Statton. Freehand, 1 for 3 today. Tillman, his new battery mate, sets up on the outside lower portion of the plate. Here's the pitch to Bill Freehand. And strike 1. Good location with the fastball. Not overwhelming with his fastball, only 87 miles per hour. He must hit his spots, McMahon. And again, they're going to go fastball down and away to Freehand. And again he hits location. Good job of framing by Tillman. He brought that glove up just a bit, and the man in blue raised that right arm. No balls, 2 strikes. We want to go slider down and away. McMahon kicks and fires. Swing and a miss, please. Yes! Swing and a miss! Strike 3. This is what I love about this game. I love calling the pitches. 1 away. Don Wirt steps to the plate. Tiger third baseman is 0 for 3. Lonborg, when he was pitching, did get him once via the K. Looks like Tillman wants that slider down and away to Wirt. Just missed. No balls, 1 strike. Tillman puts the 1 finger up. Wants that fastball knee-high outside portion of the plate. Swing and a miss. 87 miles per hour. Again, like I said, McMahon has to hit his location. Not overpowering with the fastball. Fastball in at the knee. As Stratomatic Delaroy would say, knee cheese, hopefully. Swing and a miss. He missed badly with location as that tailed out towards the outer portion of the plate, but had enough movement on it. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes, and you can see his fastball dipped 2 miles per hour to 85. And now again, hopefully a slider in the dirt we can get Wirt to chase. Wirt digs in, chokes up on the bat. McMahon deals. And that is a pop-up towards the second base bag. Andrews calls for it, and he makes the catch, out number 2. Red Sox and Don McMahon 1 out away from taking this game to the bottom of the 9th, only down by 1, and that is important as Mickey Lolich has been pitching a gem. He lost his perfect game in the bottom of the 7th, though, due to the single by Mike Andrews. Since then, he's given up a second hit in the bottom of the 8th to the pinch hitter, Dalton Jones, who's now playing short. And as you can see, not the most thrilling defensive shortstop. As 13 is average, he's a 9. He's well below average. He pinched hit for Rico Petrocelli. Here's the pitch to Stanton. Strike outside portion of the plate. I think we'll just stick with that pitch as Tillman sets up again on the outside. McMahon deals. Missed. 1-1 count. Slider down and into Stanton. This is a risky pitch. Strike 2. I didn't like where that location was. McMahon struggling a little bit with his control here. He's in the driver's seat, though, at 1-2. Gonna look to try to blow the fastball by him. Go a little more. Make sure we hit the zone here. 1-2 count. McMahon kicks and fires to Stanton. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Side retired. So Don McMahon does his J.O.B. He takes it to the bottom of the 9th. And it's only a 1-run deficit. Here's Mickey Lolich's line. Remember, he had a perfect game going into the bottom of the 7th. Lolich so far, 8 innings, 2 hits. The hits have come from Mike Andrews and Dalton Jones. He has struck out 19 and walked none. It has been a pitcher's duel. And McMahon comes to the plate, and he will not bat, obviously. We go to a pinch hitter. We have Don Demeter, Jose Tartable, and Carmine Fanzone. Tartable, 273, but he's a lefty. And let's just take a look. I don't think he's hit lefties well. No, he's 0 for 3 against lefties, and I knew that. I think Don Demeter would be our best bet here at 254 with a home run and 8 RBIs. Demeter would start off with the Red Sox in 67 early and then be I want to say he was traded to Detroit, I think. Because I think the Red Sox acquired Demeter from the Dodgers in 65, and then he would play the 66 season with the Red Sox. Let's check out Don Demeter. Pitcher's a little blurry. And he's batting .278 off lefties. He's 5 for 18 with 1 double. So Don Demeter is the best bet here. Check out Carmine Fanzone. Those are our 3 bench players left. 0 for 2. And he grounded into a double play. He does have decent power. And the Cubs, the Bears told me that Carmen Fanzone, or Fanzoni, I mean, it's probably really true Italian, pronounced Fanzoni, but they probably pronounce it Fanzone because of the E. That's the way you would pronounce it. Fanzoni, but it's how he pronounces it. So I don't honestly know. But the Cubs, the Bears, and I hope he's doing well. I haven't seen him in the chat in a while, but we always wish him the best. He did tell me that Carmine was a good ball player, but often injury prone and did have power. Because I was like, how does this guy have this power? So. But I'm gonna go with Demeter. Is the logical choice, and so Don Demeter will pinch hit for the pitcher Don McMahon. And we click on batter, and then swap. Here comes Don Demeter. Alright, and we're going to let Demeter go on his own his eye is awful. But I have not been able to guess good. And even when I do, Lolich's stuff. You know what, we're going to take one shot here. We're going to hope that he throws a freaking fastball high and in. Come on, Lolich, throw a fastball high and in and let Don Demeter jack one. Here comes the pitch to Demeter. Ah, sinker! We just missed. Ah, I should have guessed sinker. Nuts. No balls, one strike. Demeter will be on his own. The windup and the pitch to Demeter. And again, now the fastball in. Swing and a miss by Demeter. 0-2. Lolich looking for his 20th K here. Freehand sets the target. Lolich has gone to a curve here every once in a while. Here's the pitch, homeward bound. And it was a changeup outside. Demeter, to his credit, did not chase. The count's now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lolich nods his head. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss on the curve. Strikeout number 20. So he's gone to the. That's what I love about this game. He's gone to that curveball in the 1-2 count more than a few times. I mean, you're not going to hit it anyway. It's a mile out of the strike zone. And Demeter, again, I didn't guess, so he went on his own. So Demeter goes down via the K. Mickey Lolich has 20 strikeouts. He could break the record here. Obviously, it's just a video game. I want to say the record's 20 with Clemens. He did it twice, and then another pitcher did it. Or did someone just break that, though? So top of the order, Reggie Smith 0 for 3, and he has had the hat trick. He's K'd 3 times off Lolich. And you know what? Sinker in. Come on, Reggie. Here's the pitch. Sinker away. Strike 1. You're on your own, Mr. Smith. Pitch comes pouring in. And that was down and in. Reggie Smith skips out of the way. 1-1 count to Reggie. Reggie with above average power. Lolich gets the sign. He kicks and fires. And he went to the curve. He's gone to that curve more than I thought he would. Curve, not one of his better pitches, but he mixes it up well. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Reggie Smith. Smith awaits the Lolich offering. Homeward bound it comes. And a swing and a miss. The sinker just dips down and out of the strike zone, and Smith could not get to it. It's a 2-2 count. Lolich looking for strikeout number 21. Oh boy. Oh boy. Will we get strikeout number 21? I'm not going to guess. It's going to be on Reggie Smith's own volition, as they say. Lolich kicks and deals. Swing and a miss on the hanging curveball. Strikeout number 21. Oh my God. Lolich 1 out away. And here comes Mike Andrews, the man who broke up the perfect game in the bottom of the 7th. Lolich has only given up 2 hits. His line, 8 2/3 innings, 2 hits, no walks, no runs, 21 Ks. He will outduel Red Sox pitching, obviously, if he gets this out to a 1-0 victory. Gentleman Jim Lonborg pitched outstanding. Only gave up 4 hits, made one mistake. A hanging curveball to Bobby Mercer, and I know what everyone's saying, who's going to be watching later, if they do. Bobby Mercer didn't play for Detroit. I know. This is an open alternate universe. Detroit traded and got Bobby Mercer out of the Yankee farm system, it looked like. So he made that one mistake. Mercer homered. All right, here's Mike Andrews. Here's the pitch from Lolich. Strike one. No, he doesn't get the call this time. Doesn't get the call this time, and that borderline pitch goes to Andrews. 1 ball, no strikes. Lolich takes a deep breath. He rocks and fires. Andrews sends that ball out to center field. Going back is Kaline, and he makes the catch. Ball game over as Andrews gave it a ride. As Lolich's heart must have went ba-boom just a little bit as he thought he might have given up a game-tying home run. But Andrews just got under it a little bit, and he has below-average power. Had that been Tony C. or Carl Yastrzemski, this might have been a tie ball game. What a gem by Mickey Lolich. The Tigers win 1-0, and we're going to go to the chat quickly. As Beatles attorney says hi to Greg Gorecki. And hello to Greg Gorecki, good friend from the north. Greg says, today I see the end of the game and miss the rest. That's life, I guess. It's just, hope all is well, Greg. And Beatles says, Lolich had a perfect game until Mike Andrews broke it up in the 7th. It was a fun game. The stream went long. The stream would have been cut by a half hour at least. These tend to go longer for me, but I had a lot of trouble in the beginning trying to set the screens up so you could see what I'm seeing. I had it set perfect. I practiced it last night without actually recording. I had OBS. I said, oh, this works, that works. And then I did not notice, because I was not looking at YouTube when I was practicing, I wasn't recording, that I had the show the mouse, you know, the arrow key. And in the other boxes, it causes these horrible, as you'll see early on, if you want to go back and watch just what I'm talking about, you don't have to, like these trailer marks. So you see all these little cursors. It was just awful, so I went back to adjust it, and it threw all my screens off, and I had to readjust them all. Anyway, Detroit wins 1-0, and we'll give you the... Oh, the box score doesn't come up, though, because it's online. All right, let's just hit OK. And so the ball game ends, and we'll just go to the standings really quick now, as no one's going to watch this anyway. It's over 2 hours, but I don't care. I want to go to the box score, but I don't think... What a game, 1-0. I don't think the box score will show. Click left for the box score, right for game... Because, let's just try this. Yeah, the box score goes to online, and you can't see it, so I'll just read it off quickly. I don't know how to get this to come up. If anyone knows... using OBS when it goes online, how do you show that on OBS? That's the recording system I'm using. I never can do when the box score is online. You know, it shows it. I wish it wouldn't. So Mickey Lolich, 9 innings, only 2 hits, complete game shutout. He struck out 21, walked none. He threw 109 pitches. His ERA is 2.08. He's now 9-1. Jim Lonborg is a tough luck loser. He goes to 6-2. He came into the game 6-1. He went 7 innings, 4 hits, 3 walks, 1 run. The home run to Bobby Mercer, struck out 12. He threw 111 pitches. Don McMahon pitched the final 2 innings, perfect, with 3 Ks. Bobby Mercer, obviously the game-winning RBI, Lolich player of the game. The attendance at Fenway in 67 for this game, which was a matchup of second-place Red Sox versus the third-place Tigers. They both trail the Orioles. 33,524 the time of the game. 2 hours and 37 minutes, about the time of my stream. And that was Bobby Mercer's first home run of the year, as he was struggling mightily. He's only batting, even with that homer, 173. Mercer 1 for 3. With the homer. Let's just give you the hits. Lumpy was 1 for 3. He had his single. And a plethora of strikeouts. He struck out twice. Kaline struck out 3 times. Horton had a hit. He struck out twice. Northrup had the other hit. He didn't strike out. And Freehan had a hit and struck out. Those are your 4 hits for the Tigers. Red Sox pitching struck out Tigers batting 15 times. Kaline going down 3 times. Lolich 3 times. Stanton 3 times. Wirt once. Freehan once. Horton twice. And Lumpy twice. Mercer also had a stolen base. For the Red Sox, only 2 people had hits. Mike Andrews in the bottom of the 7th broke up the perfect game, and then Dalton Jones in the bottom of the 8th, pinch hitting for Rico Petrocelli, was a strikeout victim twice and probably would have been a strikeout victim 3 times. Dalton Jones, even though he's a left-handed batter, is crushing left-handed pitching. He singled. He had a chance for a double, but we didn't go for it. So that's it. I mean, those are the 2 guys who had hits. Reggie Smith struck out 4 times. Mike Andrews struck out once. Yastrzemski struck out twice. Tony Canigliaro struck out 3 times. Joe Foy hit the ball hard, but had nothing to show for it, struck out once. Tony Horton struck out 3 times. Petrocelli twice. Russ Gibson twice. George Scott pinch hitting, struck out once. Lonborg actually made a bid to break up the no-hitter, but Mercer, playing short, snared the ball headed towards center field as he went towards the second base bag. So he actually only struck out once. And Don Demeter, the pinch hitter, struck out once. The Red Sox 29 at-bats, 2 hits, 21 Ks. And that's how the ball game went on this May 18th, 1967. The Tigers are now 24-19. The Red Sox 24-18, so they have a half-game lead ahead of the Tigers still, and still maintain second place. All right. Let's look at the standings quickly. Baltimore is 28-15, maintain a 3.5 game. Actually, so Baltimore must have won because the Red Sox had pulled to within 2.5. So the Red Sox are 3.5 back. Detroit's 4 back. Chicago White Sox 5. Minnesota 5.5. California 6. Cleveland 7 back. And then the Yankees 7.5. Washington, Kansas City pulling up the rear 10 back and 16.5 back respectively. In the National League, the Dodgers still have a 3.5 game lead over the Cubs. The Phillies are 6 back. Atlanta's 7 back. Houston's 8.5 back. Pittsburgh, poor Beatles, 9.5 back. Cincinnati, 10 back. San Francisco, 12 back. The St. Louis Cardinals, who actually would win the World Series in 67, 12 back. And the lowly New York Metropolitans, 16.5 back. Well, oops, wrong thing. Close that. Sal, Red Sox fans, saying thank you very much for watching. If you endured this long stream and all the difficulties we had in the beginning, I want to say thank you to Beatles Eternally, Greg Gorecki, ID Gesture, Aaron Sheelan. Thank you very much, Jerry Ball. Appreciate your time. Take care till next time. Health, happiness, bye-bye, and God bless. Peace!